Hey guys, Charlie here, and I'm recording this podcast on May the 12th. We are 6 days away from opening the gym, and I know that there's probably a lot of excitement. Maybe there is some concern. There's a lot of mixed emotions around gyms opening in general, and that's why I'm putting this out on the podcast. Just hopefully it will serve as a resource for anyone who's actually about to go into a gym, possibly even owning or operating a gym. But also this is something that hopefully will be an educational resource for our members, specifically here at BoomFit, home of College Station CrossFit. And I decided to do a video version today, and I'm doing the audio and video as well, just depending on how you like to listen or just kind of take in the information. So I've got really two big things that I want to focus on today. The first thing I want to focus on is how we are handling reopening the gym and some of the items that are in place here to make sure that we are in compliance with all the rules and regulations, but more importantly for the overall safety of every person that steps foot in this gym. Secondly, I want to address programming and working out in general, because for the last 2 months it's looked a lot different for a lot of people. And so what are workouts going to look like? What should they look like as we all get back into the gym on Monday, May the 18th? So let's start with first, I've kind of organized my notes here from items that we have created as a staff, bullet points, if you will, of expectations and standards that we're going to have here at the gym. So first and foremost, as soon as everybody walks in the gym, it's going to be mandatory that they wash their hands upon entering. We're asking that people bring their own towels. We're not going to provide any towels for personal use. We will provide towels for cleaning equipment, but not for personal use. We're going to have an alternate exit for people who come into our CrossFit program, which is going to be in the back. So people will walk into the front and exit out the back. In our personal training area, it's going to be just as it's always been. You'll walk in the personal training studio and wash your hands as soon as you come in, and then you'll exit out of the personal training studio. We are going to set the gym up in lanes. So we're going to have them set up in 10 feet by 10 feet areas that you're going to be designated to, assigned to when you come. You know, we've put on a lot of events, of which many people know about, the BCS Classic, but also in-house competitions. So if you've ever attended one of those events at our gym, then we have designated areas that athletes will go to, and that's going to be a lot of what it's going to feel like. You'll have a designated lane that you will be assigned to upon entering, and we're asking that you keep all of your belongings in your designated area, and there's going to be no belongings that will be left in bathrooms. Bathrooms will be limited to 3 people at one time. We have 3 stalls in each one of our bathrooms, so we're going to limit that to 3 people. For those 10 by 10 lanes, we'll have a 2-foot lane in between those lanes, so they won't be stacked up on each other. Plus, that will allow for some walking and coaches to walk by and not be in your lane. We're asking that all equipment will be cleaned thoroughly at the conclusion of every single class. And so any equipment that you're going to be using will be cleaned. And so you don't have to worry about the spread of germs through that, because everybody will be required. Plus, we're actually going to clean the equipment before the class as well. So we're going to hit it on both ends, just to ensure that everything is clean. Another thing that we're going to do is we're going to limit class sizes to 15 people, and we've laid out in the gym, and we will be sending this out to our members. I'll be shooting a separate video kind of giving you a layout, but we've designated 15 10 by 10 areas, and it still gives plenty of space for social distancing because we have such a large space that still allows us to operate in the 25% occupancy rules set out by the governor. All classes must be reserved on Zen Planner, so you have to reserve your class, and classes will be opened up 24 hours in advance. So every class will open up 24 hours in advance. You'll reserve your class, and then you can cancel a class up to 1 hour before class. Saturdays, we will have 2 classes, and it will be at 8:30 and at 10. We will not have childcare on Saturdays, and there will be a $10 no-show fee for Saturday classes. So just make sure that if you are reserving the class on Saturday that you actually show up. And you can cancel that up to an hour before, but that will allow for people that maybe do want to come to a Saturday class. We're asking that if you're not feeling good, if you've got any symptoms, or if you've actually got people in your home that have symptoms, coughing or fever, sore throat, all of the above, that you please stay home and you can take advantage of an at-home workout, but not to come into the gym and potentially spread whatever germs you're carrying to others. We're going to allot 10 to 15 minutes in every single class for cleaning, so you can trust that, yes, they're going to be 1 hour classes, but in that we're going to allot some time for the cleaning as well. We're not going to have any more virtual classes once we open the gym on Monday. We're not going to provide any chalk, and we recommend rock climbing chalk bags. I'll send a link out to our members with a place that you could purchase that, but we're just not going to offer any chalk here in the gym. We're asking that you not enter the gym until the start of your class time, and then ensure, we're just not wanting to have too many people here at one time. So, if you're working out at 5 a.m. and you get here at 4:50, if you could wait in your car until 5 a.m. to enter the building. And then the same goes for any other class throughout the day. We are asking that you not use our water fountains. We do have in our space, we have a water fountain where you can actually place your cup and it automatically pours in from the top. We will allow that to be used, but we're not using water fountains and we're not using ice during this time of reopening. Masks and gloves for members will be optional, but coaches will actually have gloves and they will have masks, and if they get in close proximity of a member for any reason, the mask will be on. But if they are feeling like they are safe in distance from a customer, then they may pull their mask down or not have it on their face. In our personal training studio, trainers will be wearing masks. That goes for on-ramps when people get started as well. And then the gloves as well. So that's going to be something that our coaches will do during this time. And guys, we're going to have signage. That's important to kind of note here is we want to make sure that all these things that we're doing are very clear to you. And so we're going to have signage. Letting you know kind of what you can and can't do, or what we ask of you during this time. And I know that these are a lot of things that that may be things that we haven't done in the past, and we're asking you to understand that given this circumstance, we're just trying our very best to respect what's going on and maintain safety in the gym. So that's specifically some of the things that we're going to be doing. Our members will be receiving an email with that communication, written out in a way that you can read it, ask questions. But I wanted to do this podcast today, again, just to give anyone who's listening, whether you're at another gym or maybe you're an owner of another gym, an idea of some of the measures that we're taking here at our space. The next part to this is going to be programming. So, we operate and run a CrossFit gym, and I fully believe in the CrossFit methodology. And, that includes weightlifting, that includes body weight gymnastics movements, that includes, strength, endurance, cardiovascular movements. So there's a lot of different things. And one of the things I really want you to know, if you're listening to this and you've been a member of our gym, is the last 2 months, your training has looked different than it did before all of this happened. So you maybe were in a you maybe were on a schedule and a routine of coming to the gym, 3 to 4 to 5 times a week. And, if we programmed heavy deadlifts, or if we programmed, pull-ups, whether you were doing with a band or kipping, or maybe, a thruster, or anything that I would consider you probably haven't been doing, your body was used to that. And for the last 2 months, some of you have had equipment because we gave all of our equipment out to members of the gym. Some of you have not had equipment. Some of you have worked out 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Some of you have not worked out at all. Some of you have been in the middle. And it's really important to understand that you were not doing what you were doing prior to this. And with that being said, there needs to be a period of time when you come back that we, as your coaches, acclimate you back into that type of training. And, we have all missed a barbell. We have all missed pull-ups. We have all missed doing certain movements that we were doing before, but we also have to respect our bodies in a way to not abuse them. And it would be really easy, to come in and attempt a workout, with a barbell and heavy weightlifting or lots of pull-ups and do that just because you want to. But what would happen after that is not good. The likelihood of injury is going to go up. You need to come in with an understanding, like that first week for our gym specifically, we're still going to be doing the MRF preparation training, which is body weight workouts. So although we'll have our equipment back at the gym, we're not going to be using the barbells during that week. And I need you guys just to understand that, yes, we will get back to what we all understand to be CrossFit, but I also want you guys to know that, ultimately you're entrusting me and your coaches, our gym, with leading you in your fitness. And so we know what is best for you. And so right now, going back to heavy weightlifting, high repetition pull-ups, running with kettlebell swings or heavy objects is not going to be the thing that I would want you to introduce your body to right away. We will gradually get you back to that place in the amount of time that your body will be able to. And so just, my reason for saying that is because I think everybody is on a different place in their fitness in general. And so right now, though, for 2 months, it's looked a lot different. And so, my goal is for you not to be hurt. And I've shared this with you if you've listened to me talk to you individually about injuries, or if you've heard me speak about injuries. But the worst thing you can do is hurt yourself. Because, sometimes we're in the middle of a workout and something's hurting, we don't even realize that we should stop because we're wanting to finish. We don't want to cut our workout short. There's a lot of different thoughts. We're competitive. We're stubborn and hard-headed. I'm the first to raise my hand on that. And therefore, we keep going, and the damage is exponential after the injury, and when you keep pushing yourself. And so then you either wake up the next day, your lower back's hurting, or maybe your knees are achy, because the thought of coming in and doing 50 thrusters, when you haven't been doing weighted squats or, heavy deadlifts, when you haven't been pulling a barbell up or using anything other than dumbbells, you will have some response that you typically wouldn't have had if you had been training regularly before that. And, the thing about it, guys, and one of the questions that I've received about this was, what about on-ramps? What about when people get started with CrossFit and we have them enter a class experience immediately upon completing on-ramps? And that is absolutely correct. But the difference is those people had not done CrossFit before. Therefore, everything's new to them. They're not going to go really heavy. They don't even understand the technicality of the movements yet. They're just, understanding, okay, I'm supposed to do this, but they're not going straight to a heavy deadlift, for example. Those of you that have been a member of our gym, or anybody who's been in CrossFit for a longer period of time, you know how to deadlift, and you know what you used to be able to do. You know, if I'm using an example of a workout, Diane, which is 21 deadlifts, 21 handstand push-ups, 15 deadlifts, 15 handstand push-ups, 9 deadlifts, 9 handstand push-ups. Well, maybe you are not able to do the handstand push-ups, so you modify that to push-ups or pike push-ups. Nonetheless, that deadlift, whether it's a 225, 185, 155, 135, and now we're putting those words for time, a new person who just got out of on-ramps is not going to approach that workout the same as you. They're still learning the deadlifts. They may have 10s on their barbell or 25s at most. If we program Diane next week, you're going to put what you think you could do prior to this whole experience. And that's not the best thing for you. And so I say that because I want you to be patient with us as we adapt your body back to where it was. And that doesn't mean the workouts will be easy, and it doesn't mean that you will not touch a barbell. It just means that I really want you guys to understand that your body is not capable, as much as you might think it is, it's not capable of going right back to the things that you were doing right before this. So those were really the things I wanted to communicate today. I know that there's probably a lot of other things that I could expand on today, but this is just a short message. It's intended to, one, excite you about coming back, because we are taking all the necessary precautions and we are being very mindful of not spreading the germs or in the gym. But also, I wanted to caution you as well, not so much on the spread, but also on the workouts themselves, and just understand that we are mindful of that. And so we're going to take into consideration that some of you have not done anything in 2 months, and we will create an experience, a workout that will be just as good for you to come back to. So don't hesitate to come back next week if you're comfortable to the gym. Just because you haven't been working out for 2 months is not a good excuse for not coming back to the gym and starting back next week. And I realize also that there's some of you that maybe are not comfortable to come back to the gym quite yet, and we have a plan for you as well. So we will definitely continue to take care of you and make sure that you're getting in some fitness at home until you feel comfortable to come back. So guys, thanks again just for tuning into this. Thanks again for just all your encouragement. And I'm so excited about Monday. This last 2 months it's been two things. It's been very challenging for me because I love the gym and I love every person that walks into the gym, and I love what I do so much that, coming to an empty gym each day was hard because I didn't get to interact with you guys. But at the same time, it was actually really nice to spend more time with my kids, spend more time with my wife and my family, and actually have a slower pace day to day than what I'm used to. But I feel like now is the time. And this is my passion. This is what I do for a living. I pour my heart and soul into this gym. And so if we got to protect you from whatever germs are out there, you better believe that this is what I've been thinking about 100% nonstop prior to opening. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to provide this experience for you, that you feel safe, that you get your great workouts in, that we coach you to the level that you deserve to be coached. So I can't wait to see you guys. And with that, have an awesome day.